As the weather turns cold, nothing beats the warmth of a rich and satisfying bowl of soup. But here's the secret to how to add extra flavor that's satisfying, nourishing, and leaves you full with this perfect roasted butternut squash soup. Hi, it's Chef Kyle from Kyle's Creations, here to make simple and healthy recipes for everyday living. If you're new now and you love fall dishes, especially soups, click and subscribe right now. Okay, here are some ingredients that we're gonna highlight. Onions. Of course, we have the butternut squash, some beautiful sage, these herbs here, thyme, and we're gonna add some ginger, fresh nutmeg, garlic, and we're gonna build up a base for the soup with onions, carrots, and celery. Let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on medium heat. Okay, my unsalted butter is going in. Remember, we're not going to use all of this butter. We're just going to use about a tablespoon. We're going to have some left over for a crunchy topping, so stay tuned for that. So butter's going in. Just keep stirring this. So even though it's clarified butter, it's going to start to turn into brown butter, meaning the milk solids are going to start to brown and separate as the moisture evaporates from this butter. Okay, now we have brown butter, so not clarified butter. Now I'm just going to stir the brown butter over some ice. Okay, we're going to take care of the butternut squash first. Okay, I'm going to round out the bottom and the top. So now we have a flat surface to work on. We could do this in two parts. Seeds are going to be in this one, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but I like to quarter it. Scoop out the seeds. Okay, right now I'm going to measure out 700 grams. I peeled and chopped all of the butternut squash, but we're not going to use all of it for this recipe, so we can always freeze this. I'm going to label this and then put it in the freezer. We're going to use about 115 to 120 grams of onion. If this is about 400, so this is about 200. So I'm going to move over here. So we don't have to finely chop this. Now what we're going to do is create two portions. Some of this is going to go towards creating a rich base of flavor. Let me know if you guys can guess what I'm actually going to do, and it has something to do with the brown butter we had made before. If you want the precise measurements, you can check out the recipe of how to proportion this, because we're going to create a base with some of the vegetables and the butternut squash. The rest we're going to add with the liquid later on. The carrots. This is for the base. This is for later on. I can keep this relatively chunky. Now the only reason why I'm cutting up the first base vegetables smaller is we're going to roast it, so we're going to get more surface area, which I'm also going to do with the butternut squash. This is going back for that first base, and the rest we could just do a rough chop. I have garlic. I have a trick for the ginger, so we only need about 3 grams of ginger. Cut it into logs on its side, this way. We're going to take some plastic wrap. You can smell garlic, the fresh ginger, as I'm working with all these fresh vegetables. So imagine how that's going to enhance the flavor of this soup, just starting out. Easier than this. We're going to add after we roast the vegetables, because we don't want this to burn, and then you could just give this a rough chop. It's all going to get blended together at the end. I'm going to take some of the thyme and we're just going to pick it. Okay, and then now we're going to take about 6 sprigs of fresh sage, and I'm not gonna chop it, I'm just gonna tear it. Now we're gonna head over here. So I have the pot on medium heat, right? I'm gonna add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and we're gonna add a tablespoon of that brown butter, right? Going in with all the vegetables. The first base of vegetables, remember, coat it first. Now we're gonna roast this for about 3 or 4 minutes to develop some color. The onions are starting to brown on the outside, as you can see. Okay, now we're gonna bloom the thyme and the sage. We're gonna do that for about 15 seconds. Okay, add the garlic and the ginger. Wow. Hear that sizzle. Let that cook out for 1 minute. Just a little bit more of that brown butter. Coat everything. I don't want it to stick to the bottom, so I'm just gonna keep moving it around. I can really smell that slightly pungent flavor of sage, and it actually softens and sweetens out with that hint, that floral hint of thyme. Okay, so right at this stage, we're gonna add the rest of the vegetables in there. Okay, now I'm gonna deglaze with all the vegetable broth. Make sure, scrape down the bottom. Add all the butternut squash. Now I have some fresh nutmeg. I'm gonna grate that. Inside about a teaspoon. Right now I'm gonna skim some of the foam. I'm skimming the foam to make this a cleaner broth. Okay, instead of a lid, we're gonna use the parchment round. It's gonna help evenly cook the vegetables. Right, now we're gonna let this simmer on low heat with the parchment paper for about 25 minutes or until the butternut squash is soft. Touch of extra virgin olive oil, brown butter, add sage. Okay, here I have some croutons. Add a touch more extra virgin olive oil to that, a bit of salt, and a touch of paprika. Toss that around. Okay, add the croutons in there. Add some orange zest, some parsley, some orange zest that's infused in there. Look at that wonderful additional topping. I'm glad you guys stayed for this full video. Nothing completes a wonderful soup like a perfect crunchy topping. Okay? It smells like this soup has been cooking for like hours. But the secret is, it's actually only been half an hour. Now I'm gonna reserve a 1/4 cup of this liquid. We're gonna add some freshly grated nutmeg to lift up the brightness of this soup. Look how beautiful that is. Remember, I reserved a 1/4 cup of this vegetable broth. You can add this to any other soup base that you're gonna make. You can freeze it. You can even add it as a base to make any sauce. And I'm gonna stir it around. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tap it out, right? I'm gonna add some of the crunchy topping. Beautiful. I smell all those flavors, the onion, the aroma of onion, garlic, ginger, all melding in together in a 2-part vegetable soup recipe. Very easy to make, very delicious. I can't wait for you guys to try. The smell is fantastic. and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And this reminds me of another soup recipe I made. It's actually pretty recent. It is a turkey and vegetable stew. I teach you how to make very simple, easy turkey meatballs using everyday sausage that you can find at your local supermarket. Stay tuned for the next episode and take care.